Italy, a land where history breathes through ancient ruins and sumptuous palaces. Its landscapes, sculpted by time, tell stories of lost civilizations. From alpine glaciers to Mediterranean coasts, nature displays its splendor in every corner. Vibrant cities and picturesque villages harmoniously blend with rolling hills and fertile valleys. The power of volcanoes has shaped not only the land, but the resilient spirit of its people. On this journey, you'll uncover the secrets hidden in its diverse regions. Beyond the famous postcards, we will reveal the hidden treasures that captivate the heart. From the cuisine that sparks passions to the art that inspires generations, we dive into the essence of the Dolce Vita. Join us to discover an Italy beyond imagination, where every moment is a masterpiece waiting to be lived. Location: Italy, the cradle of Roman civilization and the heart of the Renaissance, is a country that captivates the world with its history, full of significant moments, distinctive culture, and impressive landscapes. Located in southern Europe, Italy juts into the Mediterranean Sea, forming a peninsula easily recognizable on the map by its boot-like shape. This strategic geographic position has profoundly influenced its historical development and continues to shape its importance in the contemporary global landscape. With a total area of approximately 116,500 square miles, Italy ranks among the top 100 largest countries in the world in terms of land area. To put this in perspective, it's slightly larger than the state of Arizona in the United States, but with a significantly higher population density. Italy shares its land borders with 6 countries, each contributing to the region's cultural and economic diversity. To the north, the Alps form a majestic natural border with France, Switzerland, Austria, and Slovenia. To the west, we again find France, while to the east, beyond Slovenia, is Croatia, separated from Italy by the Adriatic Sea. Interestingly, Italy also houses 2 independent enclaves within its territory: the Vatican City, the seat of the Catholic Church, and San Marino, one of the world's oldest republics. The Italian geography is remarkably diverse, divided into several distinct regions, offering an incredible variety of landscapes. To the north, the Alps and the Dolomites dominate the scene, providing spectacular mountain vistas. This region is also a major industrial area of Italy, where cities like Milan and Turin pulse with economic energy. Moving southward, we encounter the Apennines, a mountain range that, with its more than 620 miles, forms the backbone of the Italian peninsula. With altitudes reaching over 9,500 feet, this mountain chain not only defines the country's physical geography, but also significantly influences its climatic and cultural patterns, contributing to the division between northern and southern Italy and shaping the lives of rural communities for centuries. Italy's territorial division is a fascinating reflection of its history and geography. The country is divided into 20 administrative regions, each with its own cultural identity, dialects, and unique culinary traditions. 5 of these regions, Sicily, Sardinia, Aosta Valley, Friuli Venezia Giulia, and Trentino Alto Adige, enjoy a special status of autonomy, acknowledging their historical and cultural particularities. This administrative structure, established after World War II, aims to balance national unity with the rich regional diversity that characterizes Italy. The Italian climate is as varied as its geography, offering a range of weather experiences from alpine winters in the north to Mediterranean summers in the south. In the northern region, influenced by the Alps, winters are cold and snowy, ideal for winter sports that attract tourists from around the world. In contrast, the southern coast and islands enjoy a classic Mediterranean climate, with hot, dry summers and mild winters. This favorable climate has contributed to the development of renowned Italian agriculture, including its famous vineyards and olive groves. Central Italy, where Rome, the Eternal City, is located, experiences a transitional climate between the northern continental and southern Mediterranean. Here, the seasons are more pronounced, with hot summers and relatively mild winters. This climatic diversity not only enriches the country's biodiversity, but also profoundly influences lifestyles, architecture, and regional traditions. This strategic geographic position has endowed the country with one of the most notable features of its geography: an extensive and varied coastline. With a shoreline extending over 4,700 miles, Italy offers a surprising diversity of coastal landscapes. From the golden, sandy beaches of Sardinia to the dramatic cliffs of the Amalfi Coast, the Italian coastline is a mosaic of natural beauty and historic cities. This coastal expanse is not only a tourist attraction, but also a crucial element in the country's economy and cultural identity. Cities like Venice, built on the waters of a lagoon, and Naples with its iconic bay, are witnesses to how Italians' relationship with the sea has shaped their history and architecture. Venturing inland, Italy's geography reveals itself as equally fascinating. At the heart of this diverse geography, we find its rivers and lakes, true arteries that nourish the land and shape the landscapes. The Po River, the longest in Italy with its 406 miles, meanders through the northern plain, playing a crucial role in the region's agriculture and industry. This river is not only a vital source of water and energy, but also a central element in the history and culture of northern Italy. Its waters have silently witnessed the development of cities like Turin, Piacenza, and Ferrara. Complementing the rivers, Italy's lakes are natural beauty gems that attract visitors from around the world. Lake Como, one of the deepest in Europe, reaching over 1,300 feet in some places, and Lake Garda, the largest lake in Italy, are notable examples. These bodies of water are not only landscape wonders, but also play important roles in local microclimates, biodiversity, and tourism. The beauty and geographical diversity of Italy also come with some significant challenges. The country is located in an area of intense seismic activity, resulting from the collision between the African and Eurasian tectonic plates. This geological reality translates into frequent earthquakes that, throughout history, have shaped not only the physical landscape, but also the psychological and cultural aspects of the Italian people. Cities like L'Aquila, which in 2009 was devastated by a magnitude 6.3 earthquake, are vivid reminders of this vulnerability. The frequency of earthquakes in Italy is surprising. The country experiences an average of more than 50 seismic events per day, although most are imperceptible to residents. This geological reality has significantly influenced Italian architecture and urban planning over the centuries. Since ancient times, Italian builders have developed sophisticated techniques to create earthquake-resistant structures, a tradition that continues today with the latest anti-seismic technologies. History. The history of Italy is a rich and complex tapestry that stretches over millennia. Starting with the earliest settlements, the Italian peninsula was inhabited by various pre-Roman peoples, including the Etruscans, who left a very rich cultural legacy for the region. around 753 BC, according to legend, Rome was founded. This would mark the beginning of one of the most powerful and influential civilizations in ancient history. The Roman Republic, established in 509 BC, gradually expanded, conquering the Italian peninsula and eventually much of the known world at that time. By 27 BC, with the rise of Augustus, Rome became an empire, reaching its territorial peak in the 2nd century AD under Emperor Trajan. The Western Roman Empire, however, began to decline from the 3rd century, culminating in its fall in 476 AD. After the fall of Rome, Italy fragmented into various kingdoms and city-states. The medieval period saw the rise of papal power in Rome and the flourishing of powerful city-states like Venice, Florence, and Genoa. The Renaissance, which began in the 14th century in Florence, marked a period of extraordinary cultural and artistic development that spread throughout Europe. The 15th and 16th centuries saw Italy become a battleground for European powers, notably France and Spain. Foreign influence persisted until the 19th century, with various parts of the peninsula under the control of powers such as Austria and France. The movement for Italian unification, known as the Risorgimento, gained momentum in the early 19th century. Key figures like Giuseppe Garibaldi, Camillo Benso, Count of Cavour, and King Victor Emmanuel II of Sardinia led efforts to unite the various Italian states. In 1861, the Kingdom of Italy was proclaimed, with Victor Emmanuel II as its first king. Rome, still under papal control, was finally incorporated into the kingdom in 1870, completing the unification. The unified Italy faced significant challenges, including economic disparities between the North and South, and tensions with the Catholic Church. The country participated in the European colonial race, establishing colonies in Africa, but with limited success compared to other powers. In World War I, Italy was initially neutral, but joined the Allies in 1915. Despite being on the winning side, the country emerged from the war economically exhausted and politically unstable. This instability contributed to the rise of fascism led by Benito Mussolini in 1922. Mussolini's fascist regime allied with Nazi Germany in World War II. After a series of military defeats and the Allied invasion of Sicily in 1943, Mussolini was deposed. Italy surrendered to the Allies and declared war on Germany, but the country became a battleground between Allied and German forces until 1945. In the post-war period, Italy rejected the monarchy in a 1946 referendum, becoming a republic. The country experienced a remarkable economic boom in the 1950s and 1960s, becoming one of the world's major economies. Italy was a founding member of the European Economic Community, predecessor of the European Union, in 1957, solidifying its position on the European and global stage. Population. Italy, this charming nation rich in history and culture, is home to a diverse and fascinating population. In 2023, Italy's population was estimated to be just over 58 million, making Italy the 4th most populous country in the European Union. However, this population faces significant demographic challenges that shape the nation's future. One of the most notable aspects of Italian demographics is the progressive aging of its population. Italy has one of the oldest populations in the world, with an average age of 47.9 years as of 2023. Approximately 23.5% of the population is 65 years or older, while only 12.8% is under the age of 15. This population aging is the result of a combination of factors. Italy has one of the lowest birth rates in the world, with only 1.24 children per woman as of 2023, well below the replacement rate of 2.1. Additionally, Italy's life expectancy is among the highest in the world, reaching 84.1 years. This longevity, while celebrated, presents significant economic and social challenges for the country. A recent study conducted by the Istituto Nazionale di Statistica projects that if current trends continue, Italy's population could decrease to around 54.2 million by 2065. This declining population trend is a major concern for Italian policymakers, who are seeking to implement measures to encourage childbirth and attract skilled immigrants. In terms of personality and values, Italians are known for their passion for life, strong sense of family, and appreciation for beauty and art. Italian culture deeply values interpersonal relationships, with the family occupying a central place in society. The concept of la dolce vita, the sweet life, reflects the Italian appreciation for the simple pleasures of life, such as good food, wine, and conversation. Italy is famous for its regional cuisine, fashion, and design, elements that are not only industrial, but integral to the country's cultural identity. Italians take great pride in their local and regional traditions, which often reflect in distinct linguistic dialects and unique festivals in different parts of the country. The official language of Italy is Italian, a Romance language derived from Vulgar Latin. However, Italy is a country of great linguistic diversity, with numerous regional dialects that are sometimes so distinct they can be considered separate languages. In addition to Standard Italian, there are recognized minority languages in some regions, such as German in South Tyrol and French in the Aosta Valley. In terms of religion, Italy has a long and deep connection with Roman Catholicism. Approximately 78% of the population identifies as Catholic, although active religious practice has declined in recent decades. The presence of the Vatican City, the headquarters of the Catholic Church, in the heart of Rome, underscores the historical and cultural importance of Catholicism in Italy. However, with increasing immigration and the secularization of society, other religions, including Islam and various Protestant denominations, are gaining presence in the country. Regarding safety, Italy is generally considered a safe country. The homicide rate is relatively low, around 0.5 per 100,000 inhabitants as of 2021, significantly below the global average. However, organized crime, particularly in the southern part of the country, remains a concern for authorities and society at large. The birth rate in Italy, as previously mentioned, is one of the lowest in the world. In 2023, the crude birth rate was approximately 7 births per 1,000 inhabitants. This low birth rate is attributed to various factors, including the postponement of motherhood due to economic pressures and changes in social values. The Italian government has implemented various policies to try to reverse this demographic trend, including financial incentives for families with children and improvements in childcare services. However, the demographic challenge remains a critical issue for Italy's future. In summary, Italy is a country of demographic and cultural contrasts. Its aging and declining population presents significant challenges, but its rich cultural heritage, linguistic diversity, and strong family values continue to define Italian identity. As Italy navigates the changes of the 21st century, adapting to these demographic realities while maintaining its unique cultural traditions will be crucial for shaping the nation's future. Government and economy. The Italian government is a parliamentary republic, established after World War II with the 1948 Constitution. This system divides power between the executive, legislative, and judicial branches, with a president serving as head of state and a prime minister as head of government. The Italian parliament is bicameral, consisting of the Chamber of Deputies and the Senate of the Republic. Since January 2022, Italy's president has been Sergio Mattarella, re-elected for a second term. Mattarella, an experienced politician and former constitutional judge, plays a crucial role in the political stability of the country, especially during government formation periods. The current Prime Minister of Italy is Giorgia Meloni. She assumed office in October 2022, becoming the first woman to hold this position in the country. Meloni is the leader of the right-wing party Fratelli d'Italia and heads a coalition government formed by her party. Turning to the economy, Italy is one of the largest economies in the world and an important member of the G7. In 2023, Italy's gross domestic product, GDP, was estimated at approximately $2.2 trillion, making it the 8th largest economy globally. This figure reflects a remarkable recovery after the economic challenges imposed by the COVID-19 pandemic. Italy's GDP per capita, a measure of the average income per person, was around $35,600 in 2023. This figure places Italy among high-income nations, although slightly below the European Union average. The composition of Italy's GDP reflects a diversified and modern economy. The service sector dominates, representing about 73.9% of GDP. Industry, including the renowned Italian manufacturing, contributes approximately 23.9%, while agriculture accounts for about 2.1%. This distribution demonstrates Italy's successful transition from a predominantly agricultural economy to a high-value added service and industrial economy. In the 2023 Index of Economic Freedom published by the Heritage Foundation, Italy ranks 81st out of 184 countries, with a score of 60.1, classifying its economy as moderately free. This ranking reflects ongoing challenges Italy faces in terms of business regulation and government efficiency. The tax burden is considered high compared to many other developed countries, representing approximately 42.4% of GDP. This high level of taxation finances a broad social welfare system, including universal public health and free education. The cost of living in Italy varies significantly between regions. Major northern cities like Milan have a higher cost of living, while rural areas and the south tend to be more affordable. Overall, the cost of living in Italy is considered moderate to high compared to other European countries. Major sources of employment reflect the diversity of its economy. The service sector, including tourism, finance, and trade, is the largest employer. The manufacturing industry, particularly in the fashion, automotive, and machinery sectors, also plays a crucial role. Additionally, agriculture, although representing a small part of GDP, remains an important source of employment in certain regions. Unemployment has been a persistent challenge in Italy. In 2023, the unemployment rate was around 7%. Although this figure represents an improvement from previous years, it is still above the European Union average. Youth unemployment, in particular, continues to be a significant concern, with rates reaching 22.3% for individuals aged 15 to 24. The Human Development Index, HDI, which measures progress in health, education, and income, was 0.895 in 2023, placing the country in the very high human development category. This ranking, 29th out of 191 countries, reflects Italy's overall good quality of life, with high life expectancy, good access to education, and relatively high per capita income. In conclusion, Italy presents a complex economic and governmental landscape. Its republican and parliamentary system provides political stability, while its diverse economy keeps it among the world's major powers. However, challenges such as high tax burdens, youth unemployment, and regional disparities continue to require attention. Major cities. Italy is truly a spectacular country, with a millennia-old history and a rich culture that is home to some of the most fascinating and influential cities in the world. In this segment, we will explore the three main Italian cities: Rome, the Eternal City; Milan, the the economic capital, and Naples, the jewel of the south. Rome, the capital of Italy, is a metropolis that breathes history at every corner. With a population of around 2.8 million inhabitants, Rome is the most populous city in the country and the political center of the nation. According to legend, Rome was founded in 753 BC by Romulus and Remus, and it boasts over 2,700 years of continuous history. The heart of Rome is a treasure trove of ancient architecture, with monuments dating back to the height of the Roman Empire. The Colosseum, a 2,000-year-old amphitheater, still stands majestically in the city center, attracting millions of visitors annually. The Roman Forum, once the center of Roman public life, and the Pantheon, with its revolutionary architectural dome, are testaments to the genius of ancient engineering. But Rome is not just a city of ruins. It is a vibrant and modern metropolis, home to the Italian government and the Vatican, the world's smallest sovereign state and the center of the Roman Catholic Church. St. Peter's Square and Basilica are iconic landmarks that attract pilgrims and tourists from all over the world. Rome's economy is diversified, with a strong service sector, particularly in tourism and industry. The city is also a major center of education, with renowned universities and research institutions. Milan, with a population of around 1.7 million inhabitants, is the second largest city in Italy and the country's economic engine. Located in the Lombardy region in the north, Milan is known as the fashion and design capital, as well as a major financial and industrial center. Milan's skyline is a fascinating blend of historic and modern architecture. The Milan Cathedral, an imposing Gothic cathedral that took nearly 6 centuries to complete, dominates the city center. Next to it is the Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II, one of the world's oldest shopping galleries, a testament to Milanese elegance and style. Milan is home to many of Italy's largest companies and hosts the country's stock exchange. The city is a global leader in fashion and design, housing the headquarters of luxury brands like Prada, Armani, and Versace. Milan Fashion Week is one of the most important events on the global fashion calendar. In addition to its economic prowess, Milan is a significant cultural center. La Scala Theatre, one of the most famous opera houses in the world, and Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper are just a few of the city's cultural treasures. The painting was commissioned by Ludovico Sforza, the Duke of Milan, in the late 15th century. Sforza was a great patron of the arts and wanted to adorn the refectory of the convent of Santa Maria delle Grazie in Milan with a work of great importance. Naples, the third largest city in Italy, is the vibrant heart of the southern part of the country. With a population of about 950,000 inhabitants, Naples is known for its rich history, vibrant culture, and unparalleled cuisine. Founded by the Greeks in the 8th century BC, Naples has a history that rivals Rome in terms of longevity and importance. The city's historic center, declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO, is a labyrinth of narrow streets, Baroque churches, and ancient palaces. Naples is famous for being the birthplace of pizza, a food that has become a global icon. Neapolitan pizza, with its thin crust and fresh ingredients, is considered by many to be the best in the world. The city also serves as a gateway to some of Italy's most famous tourist attractions, including the ruins of Pompeii and Herculaneum, ancient cities preserved by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD. Mount Vesuvius itself, still active, dominates the city's skyline, constantly reminding residents of nature's power. Economically, Naples faces challenges, with higher unemployment rates than the national average. However, the city has a robust tourism sector and is an important maritime port, playing a crucial role in Mediterranean trade. Each of these cities represents a unique facet of Italy. Rome encapsulates the country's history and political power, Milan symbolizes its economic strength and innovation, while Naples represents the passion and tradition of southern Italy. Together, they offer a glimpse into the diversity and cultural richness that make Italy one of the most fascinating countries in the world. Natural and architectural wonders. Italy, a land of unparalleled beauty, offers a fascinating mix of natural and architectural wonders that captivate visitors from around the world. Our journey through the country begins in the north, in the majestic Alpine regions, where Lake Breise in Trentino Alto Adige showcases stunning beauty that dramatically changes from summer to winter. In summer, its crystal-clear waters reflect the surrounding mountains like a mirror, while in winter, the frozen surface creates a fairy tale landscape. Nearby, the Church of St. Valentine, located in the Alpine Meadow in Castelrado, is a medieval architectural gem dating back to the 15th century. Set in a picturesque landscape with stunning views of the Dolomites, the church is famous for its Gothic paintings and rustic charm, attracting visitors seeking spirituality and natural beauty. Lake Misurina is an alpine lake with crystal-clear waters, surrounded by majestic mountains, including the iconic Tre Cime di Lavaredo. It is a popular destination for outdoor activities such as hiking and skiing, and is associated with local legends and a unique microclimate considered beneficial for respiratory issues. Nearby, the Pio 7 Institute, a renowned hospital specializing in pediatric respiratory diseases, takes advantage of this climate to offer natural and specialized treatments. The city of Sirmione, located on the peninsula extending into the southern part of Lake Garda in Lombardy, is a charming town known for its thermal waters and rich history. Highlights include the Scaliger Castle, a well-preserved medieval fortress, and the ruins of the Villa of Catullus, dating back to the Roman era. With its picturesque landscapes and narrow streets, Sirmione is a popular destination for tourists seeking culture and relaxation. Still in this region, Lake Risha surprises with its submerged bell tower, a silent testament to local history. This bell tower is all that remains of a village submerged in 1950 to create a hydroelectric reservoir, emerging from the waters as a melancholic reminder of the past. The winding road on Plucken Pass Mountain is a masterpiece of alpine road engineering, offering breathtaking views and exciting challenges for adventurous drivers and cyclists. Heading towards the Italian lakes, we find the Bolano Gorge on Lake Como, a geological marvel sculpted by water over millennia. Locally known as Orido di Bolano, this deep gorge allows visitors to walk on suspended walkways, experiencing up close the power of the water that shaped the rock. The enchanting Isola Bella on Lake Maggiore, with its Baroque palace and lush terraced gardens, is a 17th century creation of the Borromeo family. Its tiered gardens, adorned with statues and fountains, create an optical illusion of a floating pyramid of greenery. Leaving the mountains, we arrive in Milan, where the imposing Arch of Peace, built in the early 19th century to celebrate peace in Europe after the Napoleonic Wars, stands majestically at the end of Parco Sempione. The historic Sforza Castle, a 15th century fortress that was once one of Europe's largest citadels, now houses several art museums, including works by Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci. In Venice, the iconic St. Mark's Square, dubbed the Drawing Room of Europe by Napoleon, pulses as the heart of the City of Canals, dominated by the magnificent St. Mark's Basilica, with its golden mosaics and the bell tower offering panoramic views of the lagoon. The neighboring island of Burano charms with its colorful houses, a tradition dating back to when fishermen painted their homes in vibrant colors to recognize them from a distance. This charming fishing village is famous for its long tradition of lace-making and attracts tourists with its tranquil streets and unique atmosphere, providing a serene and photogenic refuge just minutes by boat from Venice. In the Friuli-Venezia Giulia region, The city of Palma Nova impresses with its 9-pointed star design, a masterpiece of Renaissance military architecture designed in the late 16th century as an ideal fortress city. Viewed from above, its perfect symmetry is truly impressive. In Veneto, the sanctuary of Madonna della Corona seems to defy gravity, dramatically embedded in the rock 2,540 feet above sea level. Built in the 16th century, the sanctuary offers stunning views of the Adige River Valley and is accessible via a steep trail that adds to its mystical air. Moving to the Ligurian coast, the 5 colorful villages of Cinque Terre, Monterosso al Mare, Vernazza, Cornelia, Manarola, and Rio Maggiore cling to the seaside cliffs, connected by picturesque trails and a train that winds through tunnels carved into the rock. The glamorous port of Portofino, with its colorful houses and luxury yachts, has been a celebrity haven since the 1950s, while the historic city of Genoa, birthplace of Christopher Columbus, impresses with its well-preserved medieval center and Italy's largest aquarium. In the heart of Italy, Tuscany welcomes us with the majestic Florence Cathedral, whose dome, designed by Brunelleschi in the 15th century, remains the largest masonry dome in the world. The iconic Ponte Vecchio over the Arno River, known for its jewelry shops, is the only bridge in Florence that survived World War II. The stunning giant statue Colosso dell'Apennino, created in the 16th century by Giambologna, represents a giant emerging from the rock in the gardens of Villa di Pratolino. Pisa, famous for its cathedral and the leaning tower that began tilting during construction in the 12th century due to unstable soil, and San Gimignano, with its prominent medieval towers that served as symbols of the wealth and power of noble families, are must-visit stops. The Saturnia Hot Springs offer a natural spectacle with their cascading thermal pools, formed by limestone deposits over thousands of years. Their 37 degrees Celsius waters are rich in minerals and known for their therapeutic properties. In Bologna, Emilia-Romagna, the medieval porticos extending over 25 miles through the city, and the leaning towers Asinelli and Garasenda dominate the urban landscape, witnesses to the wealth and competitiveness of medieval noble families. The fortress of San Leo rises dramatically atop a cliff, with a history dating back to the Romans, and including being the prison of the famous occultist Count of Cagliostro in the 18th century. Arriving in Rome, the Trevi Fountain, the largest Baroque fountain in the city completed in 1762, attracts crowds who throw coins into the water, a tradition that ensures a return to the eternal city. The imposing national monument to Victor Emmanuel II, known as the Wedding Cake, due to its white appearance and elaborate shape, was built in the early 20th century to honor the first king of unified Italy. Nearby, Civita di Bagnoregio, the dying town, precariously balances on top of a volcanic tuff hill that is gradually eroding, accessible only by a pedestrian bridge. Founded by the Etruscans over 2,500 years ago, it now has only a dozen permanent residents. The Cascata del Marmor, standing 541 feet high, impresses as one of the highest artificial waterfalls in the world, created by the ancient Romans to drain unhealthy swamps. In southern Italy, the stunning Amalfi Coast stretches 31 miles of coastal beauty, with picturesque villages clinging to steep cliffs and pebble beaches bathed by turquoise waters. The hidden fjord of Furore, actually a narrow fjord with a small beach at its base, is crossed by a bridge from which brave divers leap during annual competitions. The island of Capri, with its famous blue grotto and rock formations, has been a playground for the rich and famous since the Roman emperor's time. Ischia, with the imposing Aragonese castle built on a volcanic islet and connected to the main island by a stone bridge, offers a fascinating mix of history and natural beauty. The magnificent royal palace of Caserta, often compared to the splendor of Versailles, is recognized as the largest royal palace in the world by volume. With its impressive 1,200 rooms, the palace also stands out for its vast gardens, adorned with majestic fountains and stunning waterfalls, offering a breathtaking view and a unique experience for visitors. The picturesque Valley of the Mills in Sorrento provides a surprising contrast with its natural beauty amidst the urban area. This deep gorge in the city center houses ruins of ancient mills covered in vegetation, creating an unexpected green oasis. In Apulia, Alberobello delights with its truly conical stone houses dating from the 14th century and unique to this region, while Polignano a Mare dramatically perches over the Adriatic Sea, its white houses contrasting against the deep blue of the sea. The Calabria region gifts us with the charming town of Tropea, perched on a cliff with stunning views of the Tyrrhenian Sea, and the Church of Santa Maria dell'Isola on a rocky promontory. The picturesque fishing village of Silla, dominated by the 17th century Ruffo Castle, is associated in Greek mythology with the sea monster Scylla from Homer's Odyssey. The intriguing ghost town of Pentadatilo, whose name means 5 fingers, due to the shape of the mountain where it is located, began to be abandoned in the 18th century due to an earthquake and later in the 1960s, but has recently seen a limited revival with artists and craftsmen. In Basilicata, the abandoned town of Krakow offers a fascinating and melancholic glimpse into the past. Evacuated also in the 1960s due to landslides, its ruins now serve as an atmospheric backdrop for films. Our journey ends on Italy's largest islands. In Sicily, the imposing Mount Etna, Europe's highest active volcano at over 9,860 feet, dominates the landscape and profoundly influences the region's ecology and culture. Strombolicchio is a small volcanic island north of Stromboli, formed about 200,000 years ago as a remnant of an ancient eruption. It is known for its lighthouse and impressive rock formations, and is accessible only by boat and a steep staircase. The Valley of the Temples in Agrigento features one of the best preserved complexes of Greek temples outside of Greece, with the Temple of Concordia being one of the most well-preserved examples of classical Greek architecture. The city of Catania impresses with its Baroque architecture built from the black lava of Mount Etna following the devastating earthquake of 1693, creating a unique contrast between the black lava and white limestone. In Sardinia, Porto Flavia surprises as a mining port from the early 20th century, embedded in a cliff, a masterpiece of engineering that allowed the direct loading of ores onto ships. La Pelosa Beach dazzles with its crystal-clear waters and white sand, considered one of the most beautiful beaches in Italy, with a 16th century Spanish tower adding a historical touch to the paradisiacal landscape. This journey through Italy's natural and architectural wonders reveals the incredible diversity and beauty of the country, from stunning alpine landscapes to picturesque Mediterranean coasts, from well-preserved medieval cities to modern architectural masterpieces, offering a wealth of experiences that continue to captivate and inspire visitors from around the world, each location telling its own story within the grand mosaic of Italian culture and geography. Cuisine. Italian cuisine is celebrated worldwide for its simplicity, intense flavors, and use of fresh, high-quality ingredients. This culinary tradition reflects its history, geography, and the diverse culture of each region of Italy. We begin our culinary journey with pizza, originating from Naples. The authentic pizza margherita, created in 1889, consists of a thin base of dough, San Marzano tomatoes, buffalo mozzarella, fresh basil, and extra virgin olive oil. Quickly baked in an extremely hot wood-fired oven, it results in slightly charred edges and a soft, juicy center. Pasta, as it is called in Italy, is the heart of the Italian diet, with hundreds of shapes and regional variations. From simple spaghetti al pomodoro to more elaborate preparations like pappardelle al ragu di cinghiale from Tuscany, each region has its unique specialties. The key is the quality of the pasta, often handmade, and the concept of al dente. Lasagna, originating from Emilia-Romagna, is an international icon. Traditional lasagna alla bolognese consists of layers of thin pasta interspersed with meat, ragu, bechamel, and Parmesan cheese. Risotto represents the sophistication of northern Italian cuisine. Originating from Lombardy, this creamy rice dish requires patience and skill in the gradual addition of hot broth to the rice. Risotto alla Milanese, with its golden hue from saffron, is a classic, often served with ossobuco. In Sicily, we find arancino, a ball of risotto filled, breaded, and fried. Typically filled with meat ragu and peas or mozzarella and ham, it is a popular street food that showcases Italian creativity in transforming leftovers into new delicacies. The Parmesan-style fillet, more associated with southern Italian cuisine, consists of breaded veal or chicken fillets, fried and then topped with tomato sauce, mozzarella, and Parmesan, and baked in the oven. It is an irresistible combination of textures and flavors. Finally, gnocchi, traditionally made with potato, flour, and egg, has a unique, soft, and slightly elastic texture. Often served with simple sauces like butter and sage or pesto. In Rome, it is traditionally eaten on Thursdays, a tradition known as giovedì gnocchi. Italian cuisine, with its emphasis on fresh ingredients and refined techniques, continues to delight palates around the world. Each dish tells a story of tradition, regionality, and innovation, celebrating togetherness, the pleasure of good eating, and the joy of sharing a meal, truly encapsulating the spirit of dolce vita in Italy. Impressed by the wonders of Italy? This is just the beginning of our journey around the world. Don't miss any of our upcoming adventures. Subscribe to our channel now and hit the notification bell. With each documentary, we bring a new surprising destination straight to your screen. Share this video with your friends and let us know in the comments which aspect of Italy caught your attention the most. And remember, on the World Real channel, we don't just show you the world, we bring it to you. Until the next trip!